Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Dragon2 and today we're going to be taking a look at Tropical Storm Tsurugi, which is currently intensifying in the Western Pacific Basin lodged between Yap and Palau. This storm is expected to turn north and then start threatening the Philippines. Now, what this storm does after that could be crucial to how bad the conditions will get in the Philippines, but the Philippine Sea is in threat. This storm is expected to intensify into a high-end Category 4 system, and some models, especially the Euro, are calling for a Category 5 system out of this. Now, what's worrying is that the Euro wants a Category 5 landfall or around that intensity on the Philippines in some of their latest model runs, which is a big concern indeed. This is our risk graph right now. Typhoon conditions possible in the red, tropical storm conditions possible in the yellow. Tropical storm conditions extend over much of the Philippines. The typhoon conditions extend pretty much over the eastern parts. This graph is shrinking. We're getting a little bit more certainty into it, and I doubt that the Philippines will get that red over them by tomorrow morning, but we're still putting it there as a precaution. It looks like it is going to be a more likely case of scenario that this storm is going to skim the Philippines, but the inner core is likely to miss the Philippines. So it's just going to be bringing gusty winds towards the Philippines. Here is the GFS ensembles. Now this is another worrying graph indeed. Now we've got no track lines over the Philippines themselves, but they're very, very close. Now as you start getting into those pinks and purples, that is 100 knots plus. And those 100 knot lines are coming very close to the Philippines. It has been shifting towards the Philippines, but in the past two runs it's sort of dragged back a little bit. We're still a little bit unsure. We're very certain on the intensity. We're wanting a powerful storm here. All the models are saying a powerful storm. We're just not exactly sure where this powerful storm will be. But one thing's for sure, the worst will be over in about 5 days' time. We're starting to get into that very close range zone. So really over the next 24 hours, when this shear does die down for the storm, we will know exactly what this storm is going to be doing. So the 24 hours will be crucial. There'll be an update in 24 hours time, so make sure you are subscribed for that. So we're going to zoom in on the storm risks right now. Green, tropical storm conditions, yellow, typhoon, and red is Category 3 winds and higher. Blue is that rainfall area, which is where significant rainfall will likely fall in the next 5 days, and purple is where you could see large waves and swells. Tropical storm conditions extending over parts of the Philippines, no typhoon conditions, with the exception of Catanduanes. They could see brief periods of very gusty conditions with winds up to 60 knots. Hopefully not, but if the storm does track close, it might do. But those Category 3 winds do stay offshore. Significant waves are, although likely, on many parts of the eastern regions, especially Catanduanes, with waves up to around 5 metres expected as of now. Here's a storm track by us. Here's where we're expecting the storm will go. So it's going to intensify into a typhoon in around 24 hours time. Keep that intensity, start gradually intensifying. Then the rapid intensification button will likely be hit in around 48 hours time. The storm is expected to go boom. Category 3, Category 4, Category 5 are repeated in quick succession there. Category 5 is likely to be achieved as the storm is passing a little bit further north of Catanduanes. If this does happen, the storm will likely be offshore by then, and the worst will be over. We're expecting a brief Category 5, although this could go as high as 145, 150 knots. That's up to 175 miles an hour. So if you are taking a boat through the area, or you are fishing in that area right now, I'd recommend going back to shore pretty damn fast, because this storm is going to come out of nowhere. It's going to be quite large, and it's going to be very, very powerful indeed. We're going to flick back to some satellite imagery right now. Here is the infrared satellite imagery. It's got that really nice hot tower in the centre, a very nice burst of convection, which is hiding a rapidly intensifying core. The thing is, this rapid intensification will likely stop in around 12 hours time when shear starts to get a hold of the storm. Lovely outflow band towards the western side. There is decent inflow, lower level inflow around the storm. It's just looking really quite a treat. Visible imagery shows a lovely storm as the sun rises, really nice convection in the middle. Good outflow as well with the storm. It does look like it is getting sheared, especially on the western side, which is where the storm is headed. So in the next 24 hours or so, the storm could encounter some problems. But after that, we're going to know what the storm's going to be doing. So I recommend subscribing to the channel and keeping up to date with us, and also with Pagasa and the JTWC, the official websites. That is your best way to avoid the worst risks of this storm. Anyways, that's the latest from me, and I'll catch you on the next storm. Goodbye.